What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. I'm Feeny. We do the stonks here. So let's talk about it. Whoops, I was about to type in stonks. Let's talk AMC. Big movement here. We're on the daily chart. You're seeing consolidation happen now. We broke a big key downtrend line, which I will get rid of now so we can just kind of stay with that. And you're starting to see like a wedge pattern building. So anyone who's unfamiliar, when you get into a wedge situation, we're starting to consolidate. Basically, the shorts are holding at a certain line, and then as they drop the price, well, the bulls or the apes start to hold at a certain line as well. And the next thing you know, we start to get to this point where, there's so much tightness in the trading that there has to be a big move one way or the other. Now, obviously, no one knows the future, or they'd just bet everything that they could every time and make tons of money, but you just have to kind of take the data, do what you can with it, and figure out your next moves. Now, with that being said, not financial advice. Everyone needs to do their own research. Don't listen to anything you see or hear or read on the internet. Everyone has their world of opinions. I even have my own. So I just want to share with you some other things. Let's look at the tighter timelines. I'm going the 5-minute chart, and we'll just kind of break out this trend line here, which is really key. You're seeing it was a really heavy support for a little bit, but now it's resistance. It's tested quite heavy as resistance. So two main things popping up this week that we're going to watch. There's the DTC 002, very key. It basically is going to potentially allow margin calls intraday, which is huge. So if you imagine this, maybe the margin or the type of exposure that a fund might have is too high. Well, the prime brokers can literally call them, and when you have a margin call, there's either you have to add funds to cover your call, or the broker will actually liquidate your position. So if that's the case and they do liquidate shorts, well, that turns into a lot of buying pressure and we start moving higher, higher, and higher. And so realistically, if that was the case, let's just say we got 2 more days until this does go through unofficially. Everyone do your research. Then what we could see is a scenario where perhaps there's, some type of movement, maybe lower. There's going to be a lot of pressure to try and keep this lower in the next 1 or 2 days. But if we shoot higher and higher and higher, then what we want to start looking towards is that this trend line here. So maybe we end up going to, towards the hundreds, towards the 90s, who knows, but that is something that we want to watch. So I'll keep you up to date on that, but as we look at a few things, let's check out Stonko Tracker, and this is just going to explain the amount of calls that are currently in the money versus the puts that are in the money and out of the money. So out of the money means that the stock is not trading in the money right now, meaning, let's just say from a call standpoint, maybe a lot of people have calls that are at like the $65 level. And if the stock is trading at 60 or 55, well, then those calls are out of the money. Same thing on the put side, but puts are to the downside. You can see the same situation. Now, there is a lot of pressure to the upside if things go through, and if you just imagine this, basically it's a waiting game, right? The shot clock is on the hedge funds, meaning that they're paying a cost to borrow every day. There's interest paid. There is a lot of pressure on their end, and then there's now regulation. So if the other party basically is holding, well, then the ball is in the other person's court, meaning they got a shot clock they're working against. So really, it seems to be just a holding game, but I'm curious, what do you guys think? Are you holding stock? Are you holding shares? Are you trading options? And don't forget to like and subscribe.